Good morning. Good morning. I am so glad that you're here, and we are going to go ahead and start this session. And if you're here for the first time, use the chat button to chat with us, you know, and let's move on from there. Good morning. Good morning. So glad that you're here, and we are going to. So I'm having feedback for some reason, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm having some feedback, but that will fix itself. So I'm going to start so that we're not like spending so time with the introductions. And hi, my name is Betty. If you're listening to me in another platform, just know that you're in the right place for this Saturday morning. And thank you so much for coming in to be with us and just have some fun while we do this Saturday morning. So now I'm going to share my screen today. It will be a lot of sharing my screen just to show you what I'm working on and what we can work on together. Okay. So let me click on this and then we can move on from there. All right. I'm sharing my screen with you. If you can see my screen, please comment. If you're not able to comment, just go ahead and just drop me a message and we can do it from there. If you're not able to come off mute, just go ahead and put the information there. Let me see the charts. Perfect. Okay, can see. Okay, awesome. All right. Okay. So we're going to start with the presentation. I don't know what's going on today. This has been tested, and tried, and then now suddenly the system is like taking its time. So bear with me. So now I'm coming to you this morning from, a point of a non-technical side where because most people think that with these things to do with AI, you have to be technical, and then you find people, they are still in denial that this thing is happening. It is happening for real. We are in this era, and in the next 5 years, we're going to see a lot of changes happening. Right now, even as we go along, you have seen that people are losing their jobs over other people who know how to use AI. And in the healthcare field, we have seen where they're really incorporating AI to do the work, okay? So for those who don't know me, my name is Betty. I am an operations specialist. My main thing is taking care of the day-to-day operations for mostly for physicians and nurse practitioners, but also I help other people in the healthcare space. If you're not in the healthcare space, you probably want to just have, just a discovery call with me. But when it comes to the hands-on and everything, it works better when you're in the healthcare space. So our thing today is AI without IT degree. Okay, so most people, they struggle with operations in the office. They struggle with just day-to-day management, especially if you have never had a situation where you are, what can I say? If like maybe if you don't know any admin work, you've never done admin stuff, it's not hard, it's a challenge, right? Let's just say it's a challenge for those people in that situation. So that's where I come in, and that's where I come in to show you how you can save 15 to 20 hours per week, either by using the tools that we have. You can use the free tools or you can use paid tools. Or if not that, you can look for support. And if you're looking for support, that's where I come in, okay? So just so that we can break this ice, so no code needed. You do not need to know how to do coding. So zero technical skills required for this, okay? Then when you're doing the practical tools, you build the ops with us for ops. not for engineers. So when you're building, you're not using jargon that is technical. You're just using layman's language to build your tools. Okay. So that's another thing. The other thing is you know your business, you know what you want in your business. So your business is actually what we call your superpower. So your superpower is the business. Know how to, the way you know how to do things is the advantage that you have when you're dealing with your business. Okay. So we're going to move along. We're going to move along. And like I said, today for some reason, this is not working out somehow. The presentation is supposed to move. I tested it a few minutes ago. It is not moving. Oh my God. Okay. It's not moving. So maybe I'll just talk and I'll share when that time comes for this. So what happens is now when you're building, you have to be in a position now to be very, very you're conversant with your work. Okay, you're conversant with your work, you're conversant with what you do. Now you know, you want to know the tools that you can use to make your life easy. Okay, that's the main goal. The tools that you can use to make your life easy for you to be able to do your work in operations properly. So most people that I've seen struggling are those who are they are the boss, they're the employee, they're the social media content person, they're the everything for that business. So those are the people that I see a lot that have issues, right? Those are the people I see that have issues, okay? So you want to be able to know like exactly what you want for your own business. And then after you know what you want for your business, then you can be able to know what's going to work for you. So if you're a solopreneur, you're doing everything for your business. If you are a small business, it doesn't matter how big you are, this is the session for you. This is the session for you just so that you can know how to do things. So another thing I want to tell you is give yourself grace, okay? Most people who are technical minded, they come and they make you feel like you don't know anything, or maybe people who don't want to grow, because I've seen situations where there are people who they don't want to grow. They don't want to have the reality that, this thing is really there. So, open your mind to learning new things, open your mind to being receptive to new things. And the other thing you also have to know, you don't have to learn everything. Just learn what works for your business. Just learn exactly what works for your business so that you can be able to make decisions later. Like even when you're ready to hire someone, you can be able to make decisions. All right. So that is what I wanted to say just to start off and just to give you confidence that you are in the right place. So again, for those who have not met me, my name is Betty, and I am a healthcare entrepreneur and operations strategist. And now I normally also help business owners build their own systems. So how the best operators win and you make AI be unstoppable for your business, okay? For those who I know I have Zoom. I have live on Zoom too and live on YouTube. So if you do not know me, I started off as a CNA and now I'm an entrepreneur. And I believe I'm a multi-entrepreneur. I have very many ideas that come to my head, but you cannot execute everything, right? So I started as a CNA and now I'm an entrepreneur. I'm building in the healthcare space. I'm building my home care, and also I'm building tech systems in the healthcare space, okay? Which we will talk about as we go along. Soon I will come here and share my tech system, and I hope that y'all can be part of the new journey that I am going through. So I'm the founder of Clever Concierge. It's an operations concierge company that we normally help, like I said, healthcare businesses. But even if you're not in healthcare, you're free to call us because we might have something that might help you. I also help entrepreneurs start home care businesses. So if you are looking to start your home care business, you are able to find the link and able to just join me and, let me know. We can do a discovery call and then you can join me. And then again, I also have something that are coming soon, like the home care launchpad and for a system for SOPs. So there's a lot coming, but then we'll share it gradually as we go. So my mission basically is to make work easier. And my mission is to work smarter, not harder. And AI is the level that gets you there. So the thing is, when I was in when I just started, I really struggled juggling, between, because most people, they start their businesses when they are still working, right? So I would work, but I would still I'm expected to, grow the business, and I'm still expected to do, like these other things. So you find that it is not easy for you to do all these things together. But now the world is changing and AI has come in, and you can use AI to help you do some tasks, especially the repetitive tasks. If you stay with me, we are going to learn all these things. It might not be today, but we're going to learn together. So what's the problem? You are great at what you do. Your ops is killing you. And ops here, as we go along, I'll be using ops a lot because that is your operations. So solopreneurs and small business operators are drowning, not because they lack skills, but because they lack systems. Basically, that's it. And when you lack systems, if you don't have a process, then you are going to fail for sure, or you're going to be overwhelmed and burnt out. So one of the things that I learned is because I burnt out. All right. I reached a point where I had burnt out, and I reached a point where I'm just feeling overwhelmed about everything, and there's so much paperwork. And if you are in healthcare, you understand that there's so much paperwork to do. So that makes a difference, So I started getting discouraged. But one thing I started doing was writing step by step things that I can do. So let me show you an example. I would go to like ChatGPT and just brain dump, and we'll talk about brain dumping in a few minutes. I just brain dump like what I want to do. Then when you're talking to these systems, you're not talking to them like you are, like, please, no, you're not doing that. You are talking to them like you need a structure for them to help you. We're going to talk about that soon. So I would do things like that. So you see, like in this paper, I had like step-by-step migration, like when I was trying to do migrations of codes, So you find that I have a lot of paper that I use to write things, actually have a folder that is a very good folder that I really love this folder because it helped me a lot, So I used to document in this folder. So every process that I do, I document in this folder, I handwrite I'm not sure if you can be able to see, but I would take paper and just write down the process. And when you tell some people that that's how you started, you start feeling like, oh my goodness, maybe I'm not doing things right. But let me tell you, start from where you are. If writing on a piece of paper is what is going to help you, do that. Go to the dollar store or, a convenience store near you, buy a folder, This folder was just $2, right? It was $2 because I did not buy it from dollar store. Otherwise, I got it from Walmart. If I had bought it from dollar store, of course, it would have been $1, okay? So that is what I'm saying. It's okay to write down. But then now when you write down, you're wasting so much time. You're wasting so much time. You are drowning in work. You are drowning. And maybe even after you have written, that paperwork is lost, okay? That paperwork just disappears. So those are the kind of things that we are going to start getting away from. If you follow me through this series, those are the kind of things I want, especially business owners, to step away from, because I have also started really, really hard I don't use papers anymore. I mean, if I'm printing, I'm doing maybe printing of policies, and which, because sometimes when they come in for inspections or audits, they want to see that. But any other document is saved somewhere in the cloud, okay? And make sure it's a good cloud. So 73% admin is admin overload. People are overwhelmed. Small business owners say admin tasks steal the most of their time, which is very, very true. And that's because most people who start businesses, they don't even know admin work, okay? They have not gone through like kind of like really admin. But, you might be working as an administrative assistant, maybe reception, insurance, but you've not done administrative assistant as a personal assistant or or a secretary. Some of these admin things are very difficult for you. So that's 73%. Then 15 plus hours are lost weekly to repetitive tasks. So that is where I come in. When I am helping people, I help you in a way that whatever system you're going to use, we make sure that you are trying your level best to use the systems to save 15 plus hours. And that is hours that are lost weekly. And 15 hours is just average, 15 hours is just average. To be very honest, 15 hours is average, because there are people who honestly do not know much about administrative work. So you find that they lose more than the 15 hours. You can find someone spending a whole day just to do administrative work. And even after that day, they still have not cracked it, So repetitive tasks are they're the ones that really make people lose time. Okay, $0 revenue generated from follow-up, scheduling, reports, and consuming your day with all these operations. You've not made money because you're busy doing operations, so you're not going out there to look for clients and do what you really want to do. So we have to look at that too and see how we can fix that, okay? Then, so here comes this thing. This is the AI. So here comes AI, and AI is helping you build, okay? So AI is yours, always on, is an operation system, okay? So it's always on, and it will always be there to help you, okay? So you don't need a team of 10 when you're using AI. You need the right tools, the right AI tools, and then you need to use them and set them up the right way. Like I say, when I work with clients, when they work with me directly, most of the times my goal is to give them at least 15 to 20 hours per week, which is reclaimed by AI tools. So that is normally my goals, all right? So, so we use some free tools and sometimes we use some paid tools, okay? My goal as an operations specialist is to help you use the tools that you can, some of them free, so you can save money. But then if I notice that you're using like 10 tools, from different people, and remember, all these tools, you probably are paying for them. We start having another conversation, because another conversation we can have is how can you create tools that work for your business? Bring all these 10 tools into one tool that works for your business. So you own that tool, okay? So that is where I come in. So if you want to do stuff like that, you're welcome to let me know. So use tools that are free, use tools that are powerful, and, use tools that are ready to use now, okay? And don't be scared to use tools for things that, like tasks, because sometimes people think that, oh, the system is going to know too much. Yes, it will if you don't plan it and if you don't cover it the right way. I will show you how to do that in a few minutes. So what AI can do for you is drafts, research, schedules, summarizes, and responds in seconds, of course. Then AI will hand off repetitive tasks so you can focus on revenue generating work. So if you're in a healthcare system, if you're in any healthcare system, I know even other businesses, this is something that works for you. You want to spend more time looking at your revenue than looking at administrative tasks. And if you can have something that can automate your tasks, then that's going to be a win for you. So your work is not going to look for the work to do, you're just going to be reviewing, okay? The other thing is that you do not need to be an IT expert to do this. You do not need to know how to code to do this. Just what you know, your expertise and the right prompts. Because when you make the right prompts for your specific expertise, then you are able to do things the way you, in your own voice, okay? It sounds well. So your business knowledge is the advantage. AI will execute it so that you can sell, you can scale, okay? What I mean to say is the knowledge you have, that is your advantage for your business. So when you're talking to these AI systems, you know what you are telling them. So it's not guesswork, right? Like, for example, if you are a doctor, you are talking to the AI tool as a doctor. So I am not a doctor. So I would probably have to have the very right prompt to talk to that AI tool as a doctor than someone else who is experienced. So you have to also know that there are different ways you can talk to these tools, the different ways you can prompt the AI tools so that they're able to work for you. So let's just go deep dive into it. So now we're going to start stacking with AI. And if you do not know these tools, it is the high time that you started knowing them. So one of the tools I really, really love, I'll show you the tool that I love, but before I used to like ChatGPT, okay? Before I really used to like ChatGPT, but these days I have moved on to something else. So the first tool you can use is ChatGPT, and I still use ChatGPT because it will help me to brain dump real quick, you know. Then the second one is Claude. Claude is my favorite tool right now. Claude AI is my favorite tool, especially when I'm trying to do documents, like business documents. It's more, it does more. But if I wanted to do a document or if I wanted to do a flyer, I would go to ChatGPT and it will give me the kind of flyer that I want. Then there's Perplexity and then there's Gemini. So Perplexity is good for research. It's very, very good for research. If you are researching on something, you just tell it what you want to do, and then it will go and do the research for you and give you the information. By the way, you know, because it's AI, it's just doing research for you real quick. Okay, so we are going to start from somewhere. So the first thing we're going to do, I know one of you here has gone through this, but the first thing we're going to do, we are going to do a setup, okay? We're going to do a setup. So are you able to see my screen? It will be, if someone can just drop and let me know if you're able to see my screen, that would be awesome, because then I can, okay, all right, you're able to see my screen. Okay, great. So I'm going to copy this, link. I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to share it in the Zoom messaging. So I will share it here in the Zoom. So you're not able to make changes on that copy, but what you can do, you can make a copy, all right? So you will, when you open that document, your Google Drive will open it, then you go to File here, File, then you go make a copy. Then you can use that file for anything, okay? So you can use that file for anything. So then once you're done with that download, let me know so that I can follow up from there. Let me have a sip of something here. Once you've opened it, let me know. And I think what I'm going to do, I am also going to drop it in the YouTube for you guys who are on YouTube. Let me see if I can do it. Advance transfer. If I am not able to do it, I will drop it for you guys later on YouTube. So don't worry about it. And I'm not going to worry so much about what's not happening right now. Right now, we're going to focus on what is going on, what is at hand, right? So perfect. So are you able to open it? I know you said perfect. Are you able to open the link? Yeah. So let me share this on YouTube just now so that even the people coming in on YouTube, they're able to see. Let me drop this for them, live chat, live chat, chat. Okay. All right. So back to our session. All right. So the other thing is that when you're trying to learn something, don't worry about too many things not working at the beginning, but they will work eventually. However, this is a Google document, so it should work. So this is how this works. If you have your Chat GPT on or your Claude AI, go ahead and open it. Then remember I said when I was doing this that when you are using this document, this is going to be, you can use the document. I don't mind you using it, but you can use this for Claude, you can use this for ChatGPT, you can use this for what you call it, and you can customize it to however you want. So I don't mind this, okay? So I don't mind you using the document. I really don't. Just use it properly, but I don't mind you using it. So whenever you're ready, let me know. Whenever you're ready, let me know, and we can be able to start making some live changes. That's what I want for this Saturday session, that when we meet, we are making real changes to our operations. We're making real changes. Those small changes you make will mean a lot to you eventually. So right now, I am not even sure why my camera went off, but anyway, so right now this is what we're going to do. And then the other thing is that I'm not that kind of person who will come here and worry about technical issues, because technical issues happen everywhere. So if the camera goes off, we just move on as long as you're able to see my screen. So don't worry about that. So, but what my goal is to have us to work, okay? So if you have the document open, this is what you do. And if you have made a copy of the document, you should be able to fill things up from that document. So you answer the questions below. So what do you do? Your role, the business or profession, write everything. Okay, write everything. So like me, I would probably write, I am a consultant. I am a home care consultant. I also consult for operations, and I'm an AI builder. Okay, I'm an AI app builder. Okay, so I would probably have to put all those in mind. Okay, so how do you and make it detailed, because you probably do a lot of things. You could be also an AI. I could be a nurse practitioner, but also you make bread over the weekends for people to come and buy. You have very many things, but put them in categories. Like if you're a nurse practitioner, what kind of nurse practitioner are you? Who do you serve? Who do you help? Okay, then you can write over the weekend, this is what I do, like that. Okay. The other thing, the number two, you see, who do you serve, right? Your ideal client. So your ideal client, if it's pediatrics, your ideal client is pediatrics, anyone below 21, or is it 18, depending on which country you are in. So, you put it there, right? And, what you do, you diagnose, everything, write things that are helpful, all right? I will show you why we need to do this, okay? So what we're trying to do is your brain, we are trying to feed ChatGPT your brain, because we don't want to just give generic information, okay? Generic information is like telling ChatGPT, write me an email to Dr. So-and-so about something. I'm just giving a generic, like that's so write me an email. No, you have to give it right now. What we are doing when we are building to feed it. Then when you feed it, then you're able to actually, when you say write me a letter, it knows that, okay, so this is Beth, she's writing a letter to Dr. So-and-so, but they're having a communication about kids. Then, even the way that it sounds in your voice, because it does not sound like layman's language. It will be Dr. Beth, like that, okay? So, so what's the other thing I wanted to say? In fact, I just remembered something. So let me copy here and paste. And I hope the people in YouTube, you're able to see what we're talking about. So number 3, like I say, this is a very relaxed Saturday. There's no formalities. So come on, let's go. Number 3, what is your number 1 business goal right now? Be very specific. Be specific with the revenue target. Your launch, if you haven't launched, your launch, or if you want to relaunch, say it, and then your growth. Be very specific. What is your goal right now? My goal right now is to get 10, let's say, let me use myself as an example. So my goal, what can my goal be? This is an example goal. My goal right now is to get 20 new patients for care at home. My revenue target is 250,000. Okay. I have already launched my business, but I want to relaunch this plan. And then your growth milestone. How will you know you have grown? Okay. So you write it there. So something like that, so that it knows, like, whatever I'm going to give out, this is the goal for Betty for this season, okay? And remember, you can go tweaking these goals, but when you tweak, you also have to update on the other side, okay? When you tweak, you also have to update. Then, what are your biggest challenges? Write down your biggest challenges right now. So if you're having challenges with operations, how to do administrative tasks, replying messages, scheduling, all those things, write down right now, what are your challenges in your business, okay? And if you're not in business, just write right now what your challenges are in whatever you're trying to do, okay? Because I know so many people are going to watch this. So if you're not in business, just write what your challenges are. If you're planning to start a business, write what your challenges are. So this document applies to everyone, okay? So just download it and keep moving, okay? What does success look like for you in 12 months? So if you're in business, you know what success looks like for you. Did you get those 20 people, right? Did you get 30? You wrote you want 20, but you got more, So just say, like, December 31st, what would success be looking like for you? Then what industry are you in? Make sure you write your industry. And then what is your niche? What exactly you do? I'm a nurse practitioner. I am a physician. I am, just exactly what you do. Okay. Then what tone do you want AI to know you? Like, how do you want AI to work? Some people are I type A, direct, they have no sorrow. No, there are some people, when they talk to you, they have no, there's no cushion for empathy with them, So if you are like that and that's what works for you, you just say, I want AI to speak to me like a type A person, go ahead, put it there. But if you are like me, you want some encouragement, you want strategy, you want no fluff because you don't have time to waste, you don't have no fluff, direct, polite, but also engaging. So that's what I would personally put, and also I would add empathy there too, because that's how I like communicating with people. So what do you not want AI to do? This is it. This part here is it. One, I don't want any generic information. Avoid generic information. So for me, it would be avoid generic information, avoid giving me information without research, at least even if it's not deep research, but just without research, right? Avoid copying from other people, what they are doing, because you also want your voice to be authentic, okay? So then here, this part, if you have this document open, this part, I want you to this paragraph, okay? Just fill out the places with the brackets. So I am, and I'm pointing out to, okay, so let me just put, because I know one of my friends is live with us today. So, okay, so I am Dr. Beth, okay? And I deal with pediatrics, stuff like that. I help, who do you serve? So I help, who do you serve? Pediatric, children. My current business goal is, 1 million by December 31st, 2026. My biggest challenge is paperwork and administrative stuff. And I am in the industry, so healthcare, of course, well, let me not say of course, because you have other people who are doctors, but you are in the healthcare space. And then in 12 months, I want your vision, right? In 12 months. Remember, that is the 1 million goal for 2026. And then you please speak to me like the tone that you want, the, empathetic, compassionate, how can I describe Dr. Beth? Empathetic, compassionate, very friendly, very easy to talk to, those are the kind of things you can write there. Then avoid giving me generic information, jargon, like jargon, because again, for doctors, I know sometimes, they are so busy, and they get to a place where maybe they forget, and you will just hear words being thrown here and there, those words that you guys like to summarize, because the long ones are very crazy. So you can tell it you don't want medical jargon, on there. Then always give me strategic, executive level responses, not generic advice, okay? So then here's a pro tip. The more specific you are, the smarter your AI becomes, and also the smarter results it gives you. Think of this like you're hiring an assistant and they need to know your business to help you properly, okay? Right. Okay. So how are you feeling? How does the document look like? I know I was talking fast and probably you're not able to fill in everything, but so far, how are you feeling? Because what I want to show you is when you go now to ChatGPT, where exactly you need to go. Now, mine is already filled out, okay? So I will share I'm sharing my screen, right? So mine is already filled up, right? So, so what you do, let me just click on new chat so that you guys are not seeing my information. So, so I use ChatGPT, and I do use, I do use different version. So I use the paid version. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't have the paid version, you can still do what I'm showing you, okay? This works for even free, okay? So you can still do what I am showing you. So when you go to ChatGPT, you go to personalization here, all right? You click down here where your name is, and then you go to personalization. Click on it. So when you come here to personalize, ooh, where did you go? Okay. All right. Okay. Sometimes the mouse does its own thing, has its own life. Okay, so you come here to personalization. Then when you do that, then you come here, like my style is efficient here. If you can see, you can see I've already done mine, okay? So characteristics, mine are default here. So, I can maybe say more warm, more, but I'm on the default side because it's business, right? And then instant chat answers, I have this highlighted here, but that document that I am telling you, you are going to copy everything. You see, mine is already filled out, right? You're going to copy everything in that, just copy, and then you come and paste it here. You can paste it here. Here you can put custom instructions if you want to, because you want to, right? But really you don't have to put anything, but if you want to, you can. So like for me, I have to remind ChatGPT to be humble, but also do not sugarcoat things. Be humble, but do not sugarcoat things. So I normally do that. So about me, I put my name, and then if you can look here, I'm not able to maximize more than this. It will show you, like what I do. I have already put my occupation there. Then that document I gave you, come and copy paste it here. More about you. Come and copy paste it here. Okay. If you can see, you see that. Okay. Then once you've done that, you save. Okay. Then there's another thing I wanted to show you guys. When you come here, no. That's So how is everyone doing? So when you come here to general, for me, I just use the system. Some people want dark or light. I don't even like how it looks, so I just use what the system has, is the gray one. I have my pink color there. I've selected my pink color. That way, when you look at some buttons on my GPT, they come up as pink. I can decide maybe change it to purple or something. And when I change it to purple, you see, even if you look over here, you see it has changed to purple. Then the language to auto detect, the voice. So I do have you can also do this. You can choose an AI voice. There are different kinds of voices. And I use Spruce. I just like, but you can use this because you can also talk to AI and AI will talk to you. Okay. So that is one thing you can do. Notifications, if you want notifications, you can do that too. If you want notifications, you can. Personalization is what I just showed you. And then apps, I have my Google connected there. I don't use it so much, but I do have my Google connected. They're my Google Drive, not my emails, my Google Drive. Then you can have schedules, you can manage, ChatGPT can help you to remind you things that you can do too. All right. The orders, I don't use it. I don't use it. So this part is the one I wanted to show you. Go to your chat GPT right now as we are online. This part is for everyone, Go here, improve the model for everyone. Go here and put it off. Make sure it's off. Because every time you put something on ChatGPT, it's going to be used. It's going to be used to improve the model, okay? It's going to be used. So if you do not want it to be used, put it off. Personally, I don't want mine to be used, so I put it off, okay? That part, just go and do it right now. If you have your ChatGPT, go to settings, go here to data controls and put it off, okay? If you want to put two-step authentication, come here and set up your two-step authentication. Now, for me, it's just my family that can access my computer. And there's going to come a time, of course, when I want to put my authentication app off. But the problem is when you put it off and then you forget, the process is really, really, I don't like the process of trying to recover. Let's just say that. But that doesn't mean that I don't have my, I change my passwords a lot. Okay. I change my passwords a lot. I don't keep my passwords forever. I change them a lot. And what I also do is I use a security lock. I use LastPass to save my password. So that way, even if I have to travel out of the country, I have LastPass and I remember LastPass password. It will help me log into my system. We'll talk about LastPass, coming soon, but it's very good, especially if you have to travel and have to use a computer that's not yours. You don't want to go putting your information everywhere. And I found LastPass very useful, and I do save things there. And then the other habit I have got is the other habit is like, even when you're working in your workplace, you get to change your passwords a lot. They get every time, like I think it's 90 days, they send you something to change your password. I have made it a habit too, to change my password, to make that trigger useful. Okay. Now, I told you I have a recent best friend, right? And I love cloud. Okay, I love ChatGPT because there are things that ChatGPT can do that cloud cannot do, right? So I have that. So you just have to tell it what to do. So cloud is the same thing. You go to settings here, settings, and then you copy paste your information here. You copy paste your information. As you can see, that's how I have mine, because I have mine. But you copy paste your information. Once you do that, you are good to go. If you are on ChatGPT and you want to move to Claude, or you want information, instead of typing back and forth, you want information. Once you feed your information on ChatGPT, plus your history, it's also going to look at your history of what you have done. You can tell it to you can tell it something simple, like to write you, you can tell it that it's your public, like your publicist, and tell it to write for you everything that it knows about you. It's going to spit out a lot. Then you can copy paste that and copy paste it to Claude if you decide to move to Claude. I use Claude a lot. Because also I'm in operations, so it helps me do a lot of things and think through things real quick. Okay. So yes, so that is where we are. How is everybody feeling? We are about to close out for the day. And remember, this is a series. So what it means is that we will be back again, to continue. But yes, we are able to continue with the series. Now, how is everybody feeling? Let me know so that we can know where to move from here. And, have you done that? So I need to give you homework. So I'm looking forward to seeing you next weekend, because this is a series. We cannot do everything in one day, right? So next weekend, same time, we are going to be here doing something new, okay? But today I want to give you some homework. So the homework I'm going to give you today is to do a brain dump. Have you ever done a brain dump before? Have you ever done a brain dump before? A brain dump is where you open a page or you take a piece of paper and there's no form, it's not formal. There's nothing formal on it, okay? There's nothing formal on it. You just do a brain dump. You just write everything that you do for your business. You write it down. Everything that you do, you write it down. What can I say? If you send emails, if you write posts, if you do like social media posting, whatever you do for your business, write it down. Whatever you do for your business, write it down. Once you write it down, we are going to move from there. I am going to drop right now. If you are, let me drop this. I'm going to drop a document here. you will do the same thing that you did with the other document, okay? So once I drop it for you, you're going to do the same thing that you did. Now, let me just close out this. And then let me share the other document. The other document is a very, very nice document. So if you're in business, you can use this document to be able to set up everything for yourself. So it's an operations audit document, okay? It's an operations audit document. This document will help you to decide what tasks you want to do, what tasks you want to automate, you know, because you do need to automate some tasks so that you can, especially if you're working for yourself and by yourself, you do need to automate some tasks. So this document will help you do that. You'll be able to automate tasks. You'll be able to see what tasks are costing you so much time, you know, because there's some tasks that you can do that are costing you so much time. And then when you do the document properly, you'll be able to know, okay, so am I going to automate this task, or am I going to find a virtual assistant to help me with this task? Or am I going to call Betty to help me figure this out? So you have options, right? So you do have options of how you're going to use this document, okay? So once you brain dump, remember I told you brain dumping is just writing down everything that you do for your business. Then you're going to receive this form. This is also one of the free forms that I'm giving. Yeah, it's called the Operations Recovery Audit. So this, just follow it step by step, you know, just write down your things. This is your document. So to be asking you for like the information you write in it. So this is your document. You come here, you read through, see how you can save time with it. But set aside at least minimum 20 to 30 minutes to complete it honestly. Then do not think of this about your business, so you're not comparing yourself to any other business. Put your information here, you know, this is for you. Then when it comes here, this is the meat of everything. When it comes to part 2, the weekly time audit, you're going to go through each and everything in this audit, whatever is relevant to you, whatever is relevant to your business, okay? Write how many hours per week you use, all right? So if you're not a doctor, you know, so you can, since you're going to make a copy, remember you can make a copy. So clients, well, you can remove patient, you know, and just do clients. How much time coordination do you do for appointments or rescheduling, confirmations about your orders, reminders? How much time does that take you, okay? When you're writing emails, how much time does it take you to generate emails, to manage your inbox, things like that? So you go through it step by step and be honest. And if there's a spot that you do not do, just leave it blank, you know, just leave it blank. The reason I'm saying leave it blank, next week we're going to have a live calculator that is going to calculate for you how much money you can save when you automate things, okay? Calculate the time here, so you just manually write. You can, since you have it on your computer or laptop, you can just fill it in. Since you're making a copy of the document, you'll be able to fill it in. The systems you use. Now, the systems you use, this part, I want you to really think and see the systems and softwares you use. If you use Epic, you know, for example, use Epic. I have Calendly there, but let's say use Epic. So use it for appointments, use for pay visits. How much do you pay for it per month? How much do you pay for it for a year? How much time do you use to be on Epic? Things like that. Calendly, how are you using the free version or are you paying? Put amount there. Be honest with what systems you're using, okay? Then if you need to add more, just come here and add 16 like that and just move on. Your software, then after you're done, calculate your software totals, calculate everything. This is the totals part, okay? Then automation readiness. Read this carefully. Rate each statement from 1 to 5. 1, never. 5 means always or strongly agree. Then you go through this honestly with an open mind. Remember, this is about your business. It's not about anyone else, right? Go over this. Then Here are the score points. Once you have done everything, you're going to score everything, right? Then our score points are going to be here. Now, the score point link, we're going to work on it next week because I do not give that out, publicly. So I will only give that out to anyone who has genuinely just confirmed this. So, completed this. So, and then it shows you how you can put. Now, I don't know why I like 250K, but you will see it a lot in most of the documents that I use, okay? 250K, 250K. So I will drop this now for you. Let me move this down so it can look presentable, okay? And then finish everything, finish all this. That's what I was saying, you need to have time to finish all this, finish all these things. I'll drop it here and then if you're not able to get it once I drop it, then you can message me directly or message me through the Facebook that you did not get to see. If you're not on the Facebook page, come on, go ahead and follow us. A lot of the things are there. If you are starting your home care business or if you're stuck, just go to the school link. The school link is on my YouTube page and is also on my Facebook business page. So the YouTube link has my school page. Just go in there and sign up to be in the page. The Facebook page is Home Care Business for Newbies. You will find us there that you will not find in the Facebook page. You will find in the school community because that's a close-knit community. So if you want to be in that community, you're welcome to go in there too and sign up and be part of this journey. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. I look forward to seeing you again. I need you to do those 3 exercises. For this to be a success, I need you to do those 3 exercises. I need you to do the exercise for the brain dump. That's very important. I need you to do the exercise for, what do you call it? The exercise, the first one I gave you for making sure your GPT is correct, okay? And I see someone has dropped something. Okay, guys. Okay, I will do it. Okay. So someone told me to create a flyer. Let me show you how I do my flyers. Okay. Let me just show you a sample of how I do my flyers. So what can I say? Act as my social. Okay, wait. I need to put the microphone on. Act as my social media content creator. And then create for me. Okay, wait a minute. I know Spruce was about to talk. I just heard him. Don't talk, Spruce.
Got it. I'll stay quiet and wait for you to jump back in. Just let me know when you're ready.
I told you guys. So when you do your ChatGPT correctly and you also do the voice over there, when you put the voice here, normally they will communicate. Spruce, I don't want you to communicate right now. Let me turn you off. And I will type in what I need.
Perfect. Once you've got it typed out, I'll jump right in and craft exactly what you need.
Guys, Spruce is giving me a headache. And actually, I used to use another voice, and then I went for an AI training, and she kept using Spruce until I started using Spruce myself. So I really like that voice. So I'll tell it to act as my social media content creator. So I'll say something like, create for me a flyer for my Saturday AI lab at 11 a.m. CST every Saturday. Okay. And please add. So you tell it like, please add, okay. So I just noticed. Thank you. Thank you. See, it's nice when also people in YouTube are also participating because I'm able to get to know that I'm not sharing. I didn't realize that I stopped sharing a long time ago. Please add bring a pen, paper, and oh yeah, computer or laptop and an open mind ready to fix your admin task. Okay, and then sign off. Oh, excuse me, sign off as J. And then you can put your brand colors, white background. Um, so this is just a rough thing I would do, but I have to tell it what I want it to do for me. So I told it I told it who it is, to act as a social media creator, right? Creator, and sales director for my consulting. There are other ways you can word this, but just for the sake of time before I log out, I know someone said, oh, can you show us an example of a flyer? So when it comes to flyers, I use ChatGPT when it comes to flyers. I love the output. I love how it thinks. And if you're watching, you can see that it's building what I asked it to do. Saturday AI lab flyer. Let's see what it brings out. If it brings out a nice one, I'm going to use it for next week. Let's see what it does. If it brings a nice one, I'm going to use it. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. All right. Join us for Saturday AI Lab every Saturday, 11 a.m. Bring a pen, paper, computer, laptop, and an open mind ready to fix your admin tasks. Look at that. Look at that, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So it's just how you prompt it. You give it a task. It's just how you prompt it, right? Yeah. So that is how you do it. So I am actually going to use this one for the next weekend. I'm actually going to download it and I am going to use it for next weekend. So I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend. Next weekend, we are going to be dealing a lot with, like now the brain dump. You've already done your brain dump. Then we are now going to do this. So I'm going to also dump this form for everyone to be able to access it so that you can be able to action it. And then we will see you next week. It's just going to take you, since you already know your business and you know what you need, it's just going to take you, at most, it should just take you 30 minutes because you're just going through real quick. You already know your numbers, you know what you're looking at, or maybe you don't know your numbers, but you have a projection, something like that. So I look forward to seeing you next weekend. Let's meet right here at 11 a.m. Central Time. If you're not, Central Time is Texas or Chicago. So if you're not in the Central Time zone, maybe you're in Kenya, look at the time. Maybe it's like 7 a.m. Maybe you are in Canada, look at your time. Maybe you are in California. You're 2 hours behind. That means that would be 9 a.m. Wherever you are, join us for some time to take care of our operations. And, if again, my name is Betty, if you still need help with setting up your operations, like maybe you're like, this is just too much, I need a one-on-one, send me drop in a message or drop a comment. You need a one-on-one and I'll get back to you. If you need to start your home care business, let me know. I will help. I'll get back to you. More is coming and I look forward to seeing you. Today was just basics. Then we're going to go into the deep dive. Okay. So next week, come ready. If you would like to be featured live, maybe you're trying to create something for your business and you want to do it live. If you want to show us how you've done your back end for the setups, let me know and I can feature you. You can come live with me. Coming live with me, I would have to send you the Zoom link so that you can come live with me and we're going to have some really good time, okay? All right. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.